Oh, there we go. No, it's like on an angle. It's weird. Morning, y'all. Good to see you. Grand Rising, bro. We're gonna do our push-ups in a moment. Okay. As you see, I left the name form. I was actually gonna name it human. There's a couple of things I wanted to address, but honestly, I think I'm good to not address those things. Had an interaction with someone on Instagram yesterday, leaving some messages, and it was kind of like twisted and converted into like, are you on the spectrum? Are you are you like borderline psychotic? Oh my god. I had to laugh my ass off. If she shows up on the stream, uh, I forgive you for your words, but I will not entertain your shit. I was actually gonna name this human because I was gonna start tearing humans limb for limb, but I'm like, no, name it form because you can choose the form that you show up in every day. And I was just watching a near-death experience again, and these near-death experiences really show me, or they're reminding me the importance of the here and the now. What's important? To get into a battle with some human, or is it important to just love yourself fully and just, you know, serve the ones that actually want to hear you? But I'm going to ask, Soulfa, I'm going to ask you a question. Be honest, if you can. I want to hear, number one, am I on some spectrum, which I know I'm not. I want to hear from your perspective. Am I on some spectrum? And number two, am I borderline psychotic? If you can answer those two questions, that'd be great. In the meantime, I'm going to do my push-ups. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'll tell you how it came to pass. I did 40K yesterday, just so you know. I did 40,000 steps, bro. And I sent when I did 32,000 steps before I did 40,000. And, I was like thinking this person would be, hey, congratulations, man. You did great. Nope. Not of the very least. It was like, isn't that kind of dangerous for you to do? You're kind of skinny. Am I skinny or am I fit? I'm healthy as fuck. I don't require your concern. I'm a 15-dimensional being that knows more than most humans on this planet. Let me rephrase that. Is more aware. It's weird. So last night I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even respond to you with all of your stuff. I'm going to choose to break my ties with her. So I like energetically I'm like, not worth my time. Started bringing up things like German and COVID, like the vaccine, and you're probably being controlled. I'm like, bitch, please. Are you kidding me? Anyways, I'm in really good spirits though, because we're talking about form. Form is necessary. Everything takes life through the form that you choose to entertain in your mind. I think I did more than 22, but whatever. Everything takes form in your mind before it takes form in the physical. So what you entertain inwards is what you're going to expect outwards. Actually, let's also do bridge. I don't know if you're there still, or if you're formulating your response. Either way, it's all good. I was going to respond, hell yeah, I'm on a spectrum. I'm on a spectrum that you can't even see, girl. I'm on a spectrum that it doesn't exist for you humans. It exists only for me. But you know, I'm not here to disrespect anybody. Love everybody as they are and leave them. Forgive and leave. Forgiveness is the antidote to everything. No matter what. Now we're gonna squat. I'm counting in my head. I feel fucking phenomenal. I feel on fire right now because at 40,000 step, I accomplished something that I had never done. I took a screenshot of my health app yesterday at 10:10, sent it off, or 10:05 I should say, and yeah, let's have an amazing day. Let's go get it. By getting it, I mean we already have it. Let's throw some kicks. Get those hips going. Throw punches. Perfect. Okay, I have my phone case off of my phone at the present moment. I also want to make sure that I sound okay. I think I sound okay because you already said something by now. Let's see. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I sound good. I sound exceptional. All right. I am going to go get a fresh bottle of water, one that's more full. Cool beans. One sec. All right, let me go get my water and use the bathroom quickly. All right, perfect. Let's get the show on the road. Let's have that conversation now. There are going to be souls on this planet who are going to attempt to tell you who you think you are when they don't even know who they are themselves. And let me take off the Wi-Fi. My oh my, beautiful day. One sec. Cool. Let's go. Let's go. It's interesting walking in these shoes again. I didn't walk in these shoes yesterday because it was 40,000. Well, we did 32,000 steps yesterday, which was pretty wild. Like with the walk, and then we did 40,000. We finished the last like 8,000 while we were in the backyard yesterday. It was a quiet evening yesterday. We were able, anyways, to address that person. I only have love and respect for you. I only have care and kindness for you. What I was simply attempting to express to you was, thinking that, what's the, we were connecting, so maybe something might be going a little bit like, further. However, I now know that it was a given message to like stay away from you and to not entertain like your things. Like, what was it? There's a lot of things that you said, and there's things that I haven't even bothered to look at because I saw that you left some more messages. So if you're paying attention, person on Instagram, learn to have some manners. Learn to be actually, no, I'm not gonna waste my time with you. Because you clearly do not know what being human really entails. Now, of course, I don't entertain the idea of myself being human. Now, we're both the creators, and I choose to take that form. It's funny how I like last minute I changed the word from human to form. I choose to take the form of the creator, to give love, spread love, and to move forward. It's not my issue if you misperceive what I said. That's all on you, so go figure it out. We're gonna go straight and then turn. I'm not responsible for your misperceptions, nor am I responsible for your opinions of me. You're so damn lucky, person on Instagram, that I didn't tear you a new one. I'd have ate you for breakfast if this was the supervillain of hate. But
This is the superhero of love, even when people misperceive my words. Here's the funny thing. I spent countless of time with women, and I have a really good sense of connection with women. I do. As long as we don't get into any like romantic bullshit, we're good. And yesterday, I was like, okay, final straw with that. Final straw. The next time I get somewhat intimately involved with anybody, you're gonna get the stone cold version of me. I'm just gonna be like looking at you with my eyes and staring through your soul. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, we can choose to take the form. We're gonna get serious now. We're gonna choose to take the form of anything we desire to take the form of. You can choose to take the form of being a monster. You can choose to take the form of being a god. You can choose the form of being a human. You can choose the form of radiating like that sun over there. The choice is yours, of course. And I choose in every present moment, as long as I remind myself every day that we are still here on the planet. We have a mission to serve. Well, I have a mission to serve. But those who are here also have a mission to serve. To, remind this world that we're here with unconditional love. Now, I don't know if the live stream's stuck. I don't think it is. Soul Fam disappeared unless he's there, or YouTube's just screwing with the number. But I'm gonna keep showing up every day. I'm gonna keep giving, and I expect to receive. This morning I heard that whole expression again. You can't take a breath without giving one. I think about that for a moment. Nero was like, go ahead, take a breath. See if you can't give one first. No, you have to inhale. That's taking. You can't breathe without giving or without taking first. It kind of is a paradoxical statement. Like I understand the whole idea of it. It's about exchange, and everything is woven into our fabric of our reality. But I think you said that wrong, brother. Or I think you misaligned, and a lot of people are buying into things you say, like just because like you're very, very popular, and like I know you know what you're talking about, but like you can't take a breath without giving one. I just gave one. So where does that leave me? Without a breath. Now I can take. Now I can give. It's all about, it's a paradoxical thing. It's also about filling up your cup first. It can mean many things. Anyways, I choose to take the form of being a giver and a receiver. To be an exchanger. That's actually a better word. We all exchange energies with each other. We all exchange energies in, all kinds of interesting ways. Is he going on a vacation? I don't think he is. We all exchange ideas. Yesterday, I simply exchanged some ideas and wasn't received well. I shared about relationships. Actually, I was talking about relationships. I was gonna actually do a whole thing about relationships. You see, it's interesting because something just flooded through me that I am beyond the human paradigms of relationship. I'm more the observer. Because most people, men and women, don't know who the fuck they are. Quite literally. And they haven't taken that form of who they really are. They're still taking the form of the human. Now, of course, we are both human and creator. We're both. We're not one or the other. But when you don't identify as your human form, you break past all kinds of limitations that have been imposed by the earth. And the thing is, a lot of people are like, we came here to be human. We came here to experience the human. Yes, we did. But guess what else you came here to do? To experience the God. So it's a choice. It's a choice, a decision, and a perspective. Again. And I personally prefer, 22. I personally prefer to take the form of the God. Not God above everybody, but God with everyone. Too many people walking around with their third dimensional thinking minds because they can only see in 3D. Last night was a prime example of someone who was too much in their 3D mind. I'm like, I'm not gonna entertain this bullshit. Like, I see way beyond talking about, like, you took the COVID vaccine, some German drug thing. If you're still focusing on such things like that, then clearly you're playing that human character, and I ain't got time to entertain such garbage. First of all, here's the thing. To that person, quickly, I didn't take that thing. Secondly, and listen carefully, woman, listen carefully. Even if I did take anything, nothing affects me because I don't entertain things affecting me. Because my mind has transcended beyond most minds on this planet. Most people's minds are still locked in the third dimension. And I got caught into that recently because I was entertaining humans and their little perspectives. However, I've flipped the script now. Oh, they're playing paddleball or pickleball. However, I've returned back to whence I came. Love everyone, love myself, but also don't even entertain the human perspectives. Yes, we're in a human vessel. Yes, I respect the human, but I don't entertain such third dimensional nonsense. 3D nonsense. That's what this is all is. 3D nonsense. Go beyond the third dimension. Get into the creator perspective. Sometimes I wonder why, why did I wake up to a world of love when I could just have stayed asleep and just tear and smash and destroy? It would have been easier. But I know why. Because that's not who we are. We're beings of unconditional love. We are beings of love who other beings of love forget who they are, and you have to entertain their garbage. But I do my best to respect everyone and, not tear anyone down, because 97% of this planet, when I listen to them, they don't know a damn thing, or they're not aware of a damn thing. Because I choose to take the form above above all of it, above this earth, above the human perspectives. See with the God's eye, the God's mind, not the human mind and the human eye. The human mind and human eye doesn't know a damn thing. It's riddled with all kinds of limitations. I was gonna say, play a real sport. No, enjoy your pickleball, people. I think they're teaching how to play pickleball. Good morning. Have a great day. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna hang on this bar for a moment. Anyways, I choose to take the form of unconditional love and only radiate love, even when others attempt to siphon my energy with their third dimensional garbage. Because I will not entertain that. No way. And I know the egregore is attempting to laugh and win and be like, see, you're not a god, you're a human, and you don't love, you hate. I'm so sorry, but I do love. So I focus only on what you choose to put your attention on. That's what's going to grow. Literally, what you choose to put your attention on, that's what's going to grow. And I choose to love, not hate. I know there's people in this world that think that they should hate. And there are people in this world who are going to tear you down because they just simply forgot who the fuck they are. I didn't forget who I am. I remembered who I am. It's annoying, though, having to entertain humans and their perspectives. You are a friggin' god. Act like one. You, me, and everyone is the creator. Act like it. You have the power. I spoke life just now because there's a brother listening, and I said what I said so he could hear it. His soul required that message. Because I've transcended beyond this world, and I don't see the world the way I used to see it. That's why there's that saying, I missed the way I saw the world before I became aware of everything. Such a powerful statement. Such a powerful statement. I choose to take the form of unconditional love. But unconditional love is not what we think it is. It's not namaste, love and light, always. Sometimes you need a kick in the pants. Sometimes you need a drop kick in your face. Tough love. Now I choose to respect everyone, no matter what they think. Morning. No matter what they think. Because there's so many humans that are, let me put it this way. Most humans are focusing on physical success. To live this human life. To be successful, be rich. Look, same thing goes for me too. The difference though, and I said most, not all. But they forget that when we die, all this all this like human experience. Yes, it's a part of your soul, and you'll get the soul experience from it. You're missing the evolution aspect. Most people don't even know what the fuck they're actually doing on this planet. I see it time and time again. It's crazy how many people just don't know who they are. Would love to just like project my voice into the sky and be like, hey, you are all the creator. It would be awesome for every damn human on this planet to know that they are the creator. And I simultaneously speak in all languages. But of course, there's a reason why that's not happening. It's simple. Morning. It's simple. Because I know that if I do that, it'll break the whole balance of reality. Creator doesn't desire that. And I don't really care to break the balance of that. All I care about is helping people and helping them remember who they are. More of that. Actually, it's not even me helping, it's them helping themselves. I don't want to ever take credit for anyone's like success. Like yesterday, I'm so grateful for Misha. Sister, I love you. Thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it. But it was all you, just so you know. I was just a mirror to reflect that back. More of who you are. And that's the thing. I reflect back. I'm a reflector. That's what I do. I reflect back to you the energy that you're outputting. So like, I'm not gonna even entertain that person again. Like, I had my reservations the first time. I'm like, why am I even connecting with this person? What, because she's cute? Come on. It goes beyond that. She has a good heart. But I'm like, nah. The very fact that I brought up something a little deep and was misperceived by her own thoughts, I'm like, are you fucking crazy? I honestly wanted to take my feet and smash her face in with that. Literally. So I said, you know what? I'm going to focus on the positive. I'm going to focus on love and form love with those who actually give a fuck. Like Misha, like the ones that come on the channel. My time is to help those. Morning. My time is to help those who are here to evolve and transcend along with me. Also, thank you to Regina last night for helping me with astrocartography. We got clear. I'm meant to go to San Diego. I'm meant to live in that area. Like, there's a line that travels through California where it's like my, I can spiritually evolve more there. Yeah, because it's really the energy here. Like, there's no lines here. It feels like absolutely unnecessary to be in this area now. So I do know eventually we will be making headway back to San Diego, California. We will definitely be making headway back to home, where I belong. Somewhere I belong. And that would be San Diego, California. I wonder, Wendy, when they're out there with the jw.org, what they're actually doing. They're kind of like me, sharing information. I mean, everybody's sharing information. Welcome, whoever is here. Glad you're here. After a successful 40K walk yesterday, yeah, like 40K, that's pretty badass. Yeah, I choose to take that form of love, kindness, joy, and you know, a lot of this like noise that people have in their head is based on the crap that they think they know, based on social media. And you know, the funny thing is, like, as funny, because the day before, when I was like speaking with this so-called person, who I will not mention that person's name, just for her, I respect her that much. Otherwise, if I didn't respect her, I would have tore her a new one, literally. I'd have slapped her silly. She was like mentioning, how come you don't, you know, you tell me that I'm beautiful, but you don't come and like my photos and support. What? You want support? You want following? On what? On social media? Like, why tell you this stuff now? You playing the human. I don't have time to be playing human here. I'm really sorry to disappoint all of you who expect me to be a human. I take the human form, but I'm not a human. I am a 15-dimensional, no, I'm a 16-dimensional being. That's how powerful I am. I go beyond all dimensions. I know in this current form, if I were to touch the Holy Grail that our sister has been able to touch, and it's easy for her, I wouldn't be able to touch it in this form. However, I do know that in my true form, that there's probably something even more powerful than the Holy Grail. Who knows? Something that's gone beyond the fabric of existence itself. Talking about all kinds of random stuff right now. Anyways, I'm really done with this whole, like, playing this limited human character with human perspectives. Some are great, don't get me wrong, but that's not the human, that's the God speaking. When I see, oh my God, that's such a great perspective. But most of the time, when I hear people opening their mouth and being very unconscious and don't know what the fuck they're saying, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yesterday was a great example of why to just like, I'm not gonna exchange my energy. Taylor Swift said this actually in her interview. Treat your energy as precious commodity. I think that might be Regina. It's either Regina or it's Nabito. If I see greetings chat, I know it's her. Oh, it's Olga. Hi, sister. Good to see you. Yeah, social media is really is Mr. out here or Mrs. out here? No, she's not. I had to check around the corner to see if the doggie's here, but the doggie's not here. Her name is Lily. And the dude who lives here is Ricky. Oh look, there's a bubble right there in the window. A fluffy bubble. He right there in the window. Talking with that bubble. Yeah. Yesterday, it was interesting speaking to another soul who just, I'm like, what are you talking about? I brought up, I'm a really good person when it comes to talking about like relationships. I may not have been in many, but I damn well know how humans work. And I can tell you that a lot of humans don't know how they work. There's a lot of humans who clearly don't know how they work because I've tapped into my new frequencies to see beyond the human. That has allowed me to talk about this, because the very thing you're able to be aware of is the very thing that you've been through and you see beyond it now. Anyways, it's weird. Just a lot of, there's a lot of social media fakeness, like looking to be this, or they want their clicks and follows, or they want people to support their post, or I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I do what I choose to, right? Like, why do you think I never ask anybody anymore to like, hey, can you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tips to keep moving your needle forward? That was like the stupid mask that we put on the social media platform. I'm gonna be real as fuck. Well, what's the definition of real? Well, being genuine. What's the definition of being genuine? Being you, exactly as you choose to, saying whatever you want, however you want, whether people like it or not, whether it's the popular opinion or not. But I'm rooting my stuff in unconditional love. But that does not mean namaste and love and light and being all sweet and kind. Love and unconditional love is being neutral, respecting and allowing things as they are. But also, you have to give somebody a swift kick in their face at times, if they have to get that swift kick in their face. Hey, Sunil, is that how you say your name, Sunil? Welcome. Yeah, too much attention seeking indeed. Where people should place their attention is in their inner world. Their inner world is important. That's why I've been spending a lot more time inwards, and I'm like, man, creator, where the hell have you been? I mean, the creator's always been with me, but I'm like, man, where were you a month and a half ago? He's like, well, I was with you, but unfortunately you chose to go through your dark night alone, because I gave you the power to do it, and you did well, and you had to purge what needed to be purged, because it wasn't going to be in your highest alignment. But at the same time, you also chose not to hear my voice again, which is your voice, all of our voices. Morning. And I'm like, okay, all I got to do is zip my lips and just allow you to speak. And that's the thing, and that's how the universe speaks to you. When you ask a question, you don't wait for the answer. You kind of just go off, do your thing, and the answers come. Like that whole, you are, you now joy in God. That's literally the foundation to life right there. It may look like a simple drawing of the triangle, but I have to tell you, that drawing actually goes way beyond what most of you can even conceptualize. I can't even explain it with words how important that drawing is, that triangle. The synergy of Trinity. Like, the very fact that it's 3 letters, every word is 3 letters in that synergy of Trinity, number 1. Number 2, a Trinity is a triangle, which is 3. Number 3, it's 3 words, which then creates the 4th, which is the 4th energy. They all have their own energy. Are the doggies in the window? Nope, just the cat. I realized they actually have 2 dogs here, not 1. They have 2. I came to realize that. Are his doggies out there? They are out there. This doggie's okay, but like he'll tell him to go inside. So I'm just gonna cut through not go around to disturb the doggies. So I'll just go ahead and just cut around. I lose a little bit of steps, but it's okay. I'll gain back my steps. Hey, I did 40,000 steps yesterday. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty wild. He has 2 doggies. And there's another doggy over there. He's got his frisbee in his mouth. Morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
Great, yourself?
Very good.
Have a great Saturday. Thank you. Oh, 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 oh. He's getting excited because of the other dog. That was, if I remember, 40,000 steps equals like 20 miles. Or 20, yeah, 20 something miles yesterday. Kilometers, I was like 30 something miles, or 30 something kilometers. Yeah. We'll be by the water shortly. Yeah, I realized that there's a lot of people when they're talking, especially texting specifically, that, you know, there's a lot of misperceptions. I purposely left the text for someone yesterday because this is the paradox of this all. The universe wanted me to leave those texts for that person. So it took me out of alignment with that person immediately. Because it's like, this person is not going to be in your highest alignment. Leave those messages for that person. Let them read it. Let them get back to you and spam you with a bunch of like, are you psychotic? Are you on the spectrum? I'm on a spectrum that doesn't exist of humanity. I'm on a spectrum of planetary, of planes of existence that most humans can't even conjure up and comprehend with their 3rd dimensional thinking mind at the present moment. But it was purposely meant for that to happen, because when I was sending the messages, I intuitively knew that it was gonna create chaos. And it was simple things about relationships. How, you know, most people misperceive words through text. People, like I even said, even probably you're gonna misperceive the words that I'm saying in these texts. I was saying, like, you know, women like to feel seen, heard, and safe. They like to also be complimented. Guys like to be appreciated and acknowledged and not be criticized. When a guy gets criticized by a woman, it basically is like, why would I even come to you to ask to like have your support? You know? So anyways, I left the message and I was like, I know this is gonna be perceived incorrectly by her, and I was spot on. Because my intuition, it was showing me my intuition's always spot on. I know. That's why, like, when I'm speaking, I know. I really do know. And I won't have another human ever tell me again, because doubt is what a lot of humans like to do to other humans, is put doubt into each other. I'm never gonna doubt myself ever again. I won't. Sunil, I do what I choose to, so take it or leave it. You're on my channel. So if you're on my channel, you either listen or you peace out. It's just that simple. I don't entertain things unless I choose to. And I choose to talk about whatever because it's my channel. So you have a choice. Either stay and listen or peace out. You have 2 choices. Take it or leave it. I don't even know who you are, so peace out. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't need your apologies, and I don't really care for it. So, sorry doesn't mean nothing to me. That's a human cop-out word. A lot of people say, sorry. You're good. Don't worry. You don't have to apologize. Just know that I don't really take lightly to people telling me what to do. This is my channel. You're on my channel. Or you can go swipe somewhere else. That's how I roll. See? Exactly what I was saying. Humans with their humanistic third dimensional thinking mind. That's a prime example right there. And you have to put people in their place at times. That's what unconditional love is. Because it's to mirror back what they should and shouldn't be doing. Unconditional love is not sweet and kind all the time. It's based in one thing. Giving the person a mirroring so that they can evolve. That's true unconditional love. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So there have been a lot of people who would doubt, let me rephrase that. There's a lot of people in the world who tell others so that they can doubt themselves, that they're wrong, that they don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna give you the greatest answer right now. Even if you're not aware of things, listen to this carefully. The very fact that you're opening your mouth and that you're alive, you have the right to speak. Now, will it be perceived correctly by some? Of course not. Will you be torn down? Of course not. But still speak, still share. I give people the permission to speak and share, but I also have my own perception of like, yeah, you can speak and share, but I do what I choose to. I don't take the orders of anybody, specifically like those who are like coming on the channel randomly and telling me, bro, change topic, don't spoil your mood. What? That's not even spoiling my mood. Some will perceive me as rude. I don't care. That just means that you're playing too much human. Get over yourself. Morning. Like when you're playing the human, you're just playing this third dimensional character. You're actually a multi-dimensional being that's having a third dimensional experience. That's all it is. So get over yourself. And I'm not responsible for your misperceptions of me either. Because most people that I see, why are they moving backwards? I don't know. Because they want to. If you didn't know, walking backwards is actually more healthier than walking forwards. It's better for your knees and your joints. I actually do it a lot. I run backwards going up a hill for a good reason, because it's actually really good for your joints. Maybe they are walking backwards because they choose to do that. It's interesting that YouTube brought you today. I wonder what your reason is here for. Anyways, back to us. And know who they are. And when they're operating in this third dimensional world, they're operating from a third dimensional perspective. There's a saying, be in this world, but not of this world. Be in this world, but not of this world. Have a good day again. Yeah, take care. Be in this world, but not of this world. Let me run that one back one more time for you all, for those who missed out. Be in this world, but not of this world. What does that mean? That means rise above the clouds and see the earth from a God's eye view. Most people are looking from a maze. Like if we're in a maze, like let's say this is a maze. Most are seeing the world from this perspective, like on the ground. But you know, if I was in that plane that's flying in the air, I would be seeing a lot more. That's my point. A lot of people have limited view of range because they choose to keep entertaining the third dimension. We are beyond the third dimension. The very fact that a lot of people who have died, who have come back, near-death experiencers, to tell the tale and say that everything is unconditional love on the other side, and to respect each other, to, you know, love each other equally, like, I'm here to do that. I have no problem. But the moment, oh, there's somebody here. Look at that. Well, either way, she's here, I'm gonna be here too, because I'm meant to be here. This is my spot. Welcome back to the Daily Water, y'all. I don't mean to disturb you, but this is usually where I chill for a couple minutes. So, there's a lot of people who don't know who they are, and they are attempting to figure that out. The answer is simple. Go inwards and you will find the answer. And you know what that is? Shutting off the third dimensional thinking mind. Quieting the mind and letting your breath and your soul tell you the answer. The answer is right here, right in front of you. And it's not even just in front of you, it's inside of you. All you gotta do is be. Be still and know. Be still and know. You have the answers. Thank you, I fully receive, but it's not about having a good body, it's about feeling good inside. You can have a great body on the outside, but if you don't feel good on the inside, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. Look with your mind, not with your eyes. You have to look with your mind. That's the whole important thing about here. Be in this world, but not of this world. Be in this world, but not of this world. I'm going to do a backwards bend quickly, and I'm going to do some stretching. I'm going to respect the other soul that is here while she's meditating, as she's visiting my spot. Okay. Uno momento. All right. The water is not that clean. It's actually very dirty, but it's I mean, it's cleaner than most water, but it's not clean. It's not clean drinking water. The water can be, it used to be cleaner though, but again, humans like to defile things. That's what we do. We defile things. We don't treat this planet with love. The world is dying, and all we care about is our own selfish needs. That's why Mother Earth is fighting back and you know, causing all kinds of upheaval and chaos. Some will say, no, that's other people controlling the weather and the stuff. Regardless, Mother Earth, she is supposed to be pure and natural. This water is supposed to be pure and natural, but it's not. As much as it's flowing, there's a lot of contaminants in this water because a lot of people they defile it. Humans defile a lot of things. If everyone were to go inwards and just love this planet and love themselves, there wouldn't be pollution, there wouldn't be a litter on the ground. There'd be a lot more peaceful and calm humans. There'd be a lot more things that the world would be just a better place. But we all have to do our own part, right? It's not just a one person thing. It's a constant change and shift. And we have to do our part in respecting and loving each other, because most people are only focused on themselves and they don't give a shit about the planet, and they defile it and they litter and they hurt the planet, and they think they're negative thoughts. We're here to change that. I came here to be a great change maker on the planet as a 15-dimensional being of light. And that's what I'm doing in every present moment. It may not be received well by a lot, because a lot are still thinking in their third-dimensional thinking mind. Rise above the third-dimensional thinking mind and get into the multi-dimensional being mind that you actually are. Stop being the human and start playing the creator role, because that's who you are. Every one of us is sentient, divine, pure, unconditional love. We're like water. We can shift to different forms. Water is neutral. It doesn't love you, nor does it hate you. It's just there. Be like water. The world right now requires a lot of leaders. And I mean not leaders that are in politics, religion, leaders that are in consciousness, who know about frequency, who know how to be with their fellow man and woman. We're all equal. I finished my stretching. I'm sitting in my squat now. There's a lot of things that has to be done on this planet before I leave. But it's not by me alone. It's every one of us that has to put on our big boy and big girl pants and do our part. Respecting each other, loving one another equally. I only care and love for the planet and the people on the planet. I should know because I was a monster for 20 years. I spent half of my life hating this world, but I choose to love it, no matter even if people will misperceive me or misunderstand me. Because everything is based in love. Creation is based in love, if you didn't know that. You know the answer. It keeps coming back to me every moment. It's the now. Not the past and not the future. The present moment. I think about last night, and that's the past now. And it keeps bringing me back, hey, focus on the now. Everything always exists in the now. What you desire and what you want to, have and be is in the now. The past doesn't matter, it's gone. The future hasn't even been written. Well, technically, your future is already determined, but you get to choose how that plays out because you have infinite games being played and you have the choice, aka free will, to then shift to your other game and change the trajectory of your life by making those choices, free will. But at the end of that choice will always be a destined path. Hence why it's both free will and destiny. What do you got? I don't care about that. I don't answer questions that are irrelevant right now. You're new to my channel, listen carefully. This is how it works. This is the format. On my live stream, I don't answer questions that have no relevance to what I'm talking about right now. When I choose to answer that question, I will answer it. And in fact, I'll give you your answer right now. I don't give a shit about any of those two. If you had told me Goku or Naruto, I would have chose both. Goku. I mean, Captain America, he's all right. And yeah, I don't really give a shit about any of your questions. Captain Jack, please. Give me a real superhero. Captain America. Goku will eat Captain America for breakfast. This is what I'm talking about. The third dimensional thinking mind right here. How old are you, Sunil? I want to know. So just so I know, what's your age? So I can entertain your consciousness. What is your age? Oh, you're 16, so you're a kid. All right. You're a child. Gotcha. Well, I'll be more loose with you. But I treat everyone the same, whether you're a kid or you're an adult. Because if you found my channel, that means your consciousness is highly evolved. You didn't find my thing by accident. So whether you come back or you don't makes no difference to me. I came here to serve. So your soul is getting the answers right now. Your mind is just keeping you distracted with asking questions like Captain America or Captain Jack. That's the problem with the world. Too distracted. So much distraction. There's a time and place for all that. And it's good to have fun and loosen up, always. But you'll come to a point in your reality that Captain Jack and Captain America won't be relevant unless you really acknowledge their energy and you embody their energy. I notice it takes me a little bit of time to warm up to new people right away. That's one of my things that happens because like I'm very particular with my energy because I'm not going to just give my energy to anyone. I've cultivated energy that belongs with everybody, but at the same time, not everybody is they haven't earned the right to be in my energy personally. Even though they earned the right to live here, they didn't earn the right to be in my energy. That's what Taylor Swift said. You got to protect your energy at all costs. Treat your energy as an investment. I really appreciate Taylor. I always respected that. I always respected her. She's a very conscious woman. Yeah. We'll be heading out in a moment. I'm just gonna sit for a couple more minutes and then we're gonna get going. Phone battery's not at the greatest percentage right now. It's at like 50. So. Captain America. You didn't even say Captain America. You said Captain Jack. Didn't you mean Captain America? Now I'm gonna entertain your question. No, the iPhone, iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's not the latest iPhone, but it's still a really good iPhone because it has a lot of storage. So, and plus I've been putting the battery through a lot of trouble this summer because it's been so hot, and I keep it like on all day. So like the battery, it's natural wear and tear. If I had a camera, the camera would definitely be overheating. Because the camera won't last out here for long, like unless I had a fan with it. But like if it was a Sony camera, it would have melted by now, probably. So I'm grateful that the iPhone has some level of cooling in it, but it's not the best phone right now. So I'm waiting for either the next iPhone, which is the 18, or I just get another like Android phone and just use that as my streaming device. Uh, it depends. Samsung can be better in certain aspects, but it's not. I think they're equal in my opinion. They have their pros and cons. I like both platforms. I like both Android and iPhone because I have both. I have a Samsung tablet and I have an iPhone. I have a gaming laptop and I have a MacBook. I have Linux, I have Windows, I have Mac, and they all have their pros and cons. I'm that type of person that doesn't choose one side. I choose the side of all. I choose the side to like use it all, right? Why limit myself? But like, yeah, Samsung has its. I like Android because you can do more things with it. I like iPhone because the ecosystem is just ease of use. Hi, Bubba. There's a duck here. There's actually 4 ducks here. They don't stray away from their blueprint. And yet humans stray away from their blueprint all the time. You know what our blueprint's supposed to be? Unconditional love, y'all. That's what our blueprint is, unconditional love. But we stray away from the blueprint of unconditional love a lot. For our own selfish desires. Yeah, they're over there. My hands are on this rock that I'm sitting on right now, so my hands are a little dirty. Otherwise, I would have picked up the thing. So I'm gonna kind of wash my hand. The water is not the cleanest, but it's better than no water. It was weird to have another soul sitting here while I'm talking, but I'm not gonna not do what I came here to talk, so yeah. But she left now. I trust that her soul got some answers when I was speaking, because I know she was listening. I purposely raised my voice so other people can hear, because it's for their soul. There's no accents why someone's sitting here today for me to share what I shared. We'll be heading off in a moment. 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes. I'm really proud of myself for that 40,000 step day yesterday. Our brother T-Bray gave me a challenge to do 30,000 steps. And not only did I accomplish it, which was easy, and he knew I was going to do it, but I superseded it by doing 40,000 steps. Now, of course, the last 10,000, I had to, it was in the evening time, and I was in the field playing soccer, and then I went inside, and I had 1,000 steps to do. So I did what I did, like when it's normally like cold, is do the running inside, like the stepping inside. So I did 1,000 steps inside, and at 10:05, I accomplished my goal. I got my 40,000 steps. Oh, there's our brother. I didn't even see him. At 40,000 steps. 40,100 plus steps, basically. And I have proof on my watch, photo, and my health app. My health app, which I really, like my fitness app, I should say. I really appreciate Apple for having that fitness app. That's one of my, honestly, it's become one of my favorite apps to use to keep track of my stuff. I don't check it often, but I do like the fact that it keeps everything that I've done. Like, that's why I have the watch, to keep track of that. Like, the thing about, and I'll get back to this question now about Samsung and Apple. Samsung has its, it has its ecosystem, but Samsung's ecosystem isn't that great, in my opinion. Like, yeah, they all interlink, but it doesn't feel like Apple's ecosystem. I don't know. Apple hits the mark on their ecosystem. That's why people get Apple stuff, because of the ecosystem. It works. All right, we're gonna leave now. I'll show you the ducks. They're actually over there. They're over there. There they are. And there's one over here. And that girl was sitting over here, but she left. So it was weird. This is the first time in what, over 100 days or whatever I've been coming here that somebody was sitting here at the time that I would come here normally. So weird, but hey, the universe had her come here for me to deliver a message to her. Indirectly, of course, to her soul. She was meditating. All right, water, ducks, rocks, mud, everything else. I love you. I'll see you, water. We take our leave. I'll see you tomorrow, water. Peace out, water. We're heading out. All right. Yeah. Back to quickly the Apple Android thing. Yeah, for me, I really like the fitness thing because, like, you know, ever since I started my 100 days of 10,000 steps, it's kept track of all those days, and I can actually go back in the calendar and actually see each day what I did based on the watch. Because like the watch doesn't keep the history of like the day before or the week before or the month before. Not this one anyways. It'll show you a week summary, but you can't go back and check each day that you've done. Because this watch is much older now. Like this is the series, this is the one of the oldest Apple Watches, Series 3. We're using, if you all haven't noticed, I use very outdated technology to still make things work. That's how resourceful I am, to use old stuff to still have things to be able to do things. Good morning. Have a great day. There's a bike coming behind me. Yep. Good morning, brother. Morning. Have a great day. Thank you. Another bike coming behind me. Ooh, this is gonna be good. This one's gonna be really good. Form. So this goes hand in hand with with quite arguably one of the best quotes I've ever heard, and I've modified it to make it even more powerful because, you know, that's what I do. I take other people's things and make it even more powerful. Or I take words that others have said and I amplify it. The day you were born, you look like your parents, and the day you die, you look like your choices. Choose wisely and choose decisively. When you die, you will have taken the form of the choices that you have made. So, if you choose to die with anger and hate in your heart, then that's the form you will die with. Now, you're not going to take that form with you to the afterlife, but you will take your experiences. But the day you were born, you look like your parents, and the day you die, you look like your choices. And the form you choose while you're making your choices, well, you will ultimately be in that casket with those choices. We all start off as a blank slate. You know, love everything as you are. One thing, you know, I've come to realize when it comes to little kids, you know, I've seen parents just let kids, you know, eat all kinds of stuff. And, you know, of course the kid is just eating, and they're just consuming. They don't know how to move their body. So like right now, Like it was last weekend, or not last week, last week when we went to the big park, we rode the bike. I was sitting and watching like that birthday, and there's maybe a 3-year-old or 4-year-old kid who is very, like, he's unhealthy. Like, now, of course, I love everyone as they are, and love yourself no matter where you are on your journey, right? You were created exactly as you are. But when a parent is, you know, neglecting their health, and then the kid is then getting neglected with their health, that's not a good thing for the kid, because the kid will grow up with a lot of health issues. So it always starts with the parents, but it also from the root source, from parents, from other parents, from other parents, from other parents. It's a cycle. So you got to take the form of what you choose to take the form. Yeah, I mean, how long do you spend in the gym? It comes down to how long you're spending in the gym too. Because honestly, all that's necessary is a good 30 to 40 minutes. You don't have to be spending 3 hours at a gym. If you have 3 hours, cool, but you don't have to spend 3 hours. But it comes down to how long you're spending at the gym, and 4 to 5 is good. So that's good that you're going to the gym. Keep doing that. That's a really good habit. Don't ever stop moving your body. But I'm going to tell you something though. Focus on your joints. You're 16 years old. You're probably not going to care about your joints right now. But I'm telling you right now, when you get up in age, your joints are going to start to lock up, and you're going to lose a lot of flexibility. If you can sit in a squat right now, awesome. If you can't sit in a squat, that's a problem, because when you were a child, you were able to sit in a squat. So as your 16-year-old body is still pretty, flexible and loose, keep your body flexible. Don't chase looks. Chase how to feel inside. If you're gonna, and you don't have to chase anything. Don't chase looks. Looks are gonna come and go. Go after mobility and flexibility. Build the strength. Build your strength for sure, but focus as well on mobility and flexibility. I'm not saying to go do a split or anything like that, but I am saying to make sure you can do certain poses or being able to move your body in a certain way. By the way, practice love. Gotta always practice love. Oh, our sister's coming. That's good, but chase mobility. I'm giving you the shortcut right now. Hi, sister. How are you doing? Good. Have a great Saturday, okay? Enjoy it. "45 minutes is good. 45 minutes is really good. That's perfect. That's enough time to do whatever it is that you're doing in the gym. Again, strength is important. It is very, very important. But also make sure you're able to build flexibility. Because what's the point of having the strength if you can't actually, when life hits you hard, and let's say you fell down in a certain way, and you can't take the punishment of the fall, let's say, and you break like your ankle, right? That's why I said your joints are important. Your ankles, your knees, your hips, your elbows, your shoulders, and your neck, and your spine, of course. Focus on that too, if you can. You can still do your strength, still do your workout, but focus on mobility training as well. If you want to live a healthy life, and a long life, and a great life, listen carefully. It's flexibility and mobility. Every fitness person out there will who doesn't know will tell you, you got to chase your 6-pack abs and you got to chase the big biceps. But can they sit in a squat for more than 5 minutes without feeling in pain? Who knows? Can they hang on a bar for more than a minute without quivering? For me, I don't like I can hold on to a bar for about 2 minutes. I don't chase time anymore. I literally go on a bar I don't do pull-ups much. Pull-ups are great, but I like to hang on a bar to stretch out my spine because I like my spine to be mobile and flexible. Because like when your body over time will eventually start to lose mobility unless you continue to keep the body mobile. For me, it's important. So like one of my passions is to tell youth like yourself to make sure to keep going. Because when I was your age, not that I'm older, because I'm 9 years old, because I tell myself I'm 9 years old, because that's a mindset. When I was your physical age, I was like chasing strength too, and I wasn't caring about mobility and flexibility. That was the least of my mind because, you know, you're basically chasing what society is telling you. You should focus on looking good on the outside. It's all about feeling good on the inside too. Looking good on the outside does help with your confidence on the inside, but if your body doesn't feel good, then what's the point? If you feel like absolute dog shit after, you know, getting up from a squat, hypothetically, is that real fitness? No. It's all about philosophy about fitness. Like, what's the point of looking like a Lambo, but you don't have the suspensions and you have bald tires and you can't even do a U-turn? There's no point looking like a fucking Lambo if you can't even do a U-turn. Morning. I don't know why I don't like to make a aesthetic like others. That's okay. As long as you're focusing on mobility and flexibility, I promise you will have one great life. Your body is going to say thank you in advance. I guarantee it, because when you feel good, you do good. This is where the interconnectedness of the mind, body, spirit come into play. When you feel good inside with your body and you don't feel in any pain, you're going to do good. And when you do good, you're going to want to radiate that out to others. And when others feel your energy, they're going to be like, wow, Sunil, like, how are you so happy? Because when you're feeling good, you generally do good. Most people, when they're feeling good, they're not out there hurting people and creating chaos, because they just love how they feel and they want others to feel the way they feel. And they'll do their best to like help people to feel the way they feel right now. Kind of like me, like right now, there's a little bit of joint pain right now because I haven't moved my body in a certain way in years. So it's like retraining my brain and my neurons to, like, you know, get flexible again. Now, I definitely have improved in flexibility for sure. And there's a lot of moves that I've definitely been able to do now that I wasn't able a month ago. But like there are certain things, like I used to throw a side kick like a Power Ranger. I'd beat up putties in Power Rangers. And the thing is, like, now when I throw a side kick, it hurts. Like I feel like it's locked up. Like my hips are not allowing me to throw a side kick properly. Morning, brother.
Hey,
Have a great day. So like, you know, it's one thing to look good, but it's a whole other thing to feel like real good. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the real good feeling of like my body doesn't hurt. Like right now, because I walked 40,000 yesterday, my left heel, it's in a little bit of pain, but it's okay because it's not excruciating pain, but it's good pain. It's pain that, like, I walked a lot. So I put in the time and the effort. So of course the body is going to get, you know, a little bit of battle damage from that. But you know, the thing is, like, when maybe like a year ago, I was always into fitness, but the fitness industry keeps selling you broken methodologies, and then they sell you the fix of what they cause. So they cause the brokenness, and they're selling you the fix to fix the brokenness that they caused. It's ridiculous, actually. So that's why, like, for me, like, you know, doing strength training and cardio is great. It's wonderful. But, you know, recently when I started doing mobility training, it showed me the flaws of it showed me the flaws of the fitness industry. And I want to shed light on that and take the form of something that feels really, really good, you know? Yes, I look good, but I'd rather feel good than look good, because I've looked good for a while, but I've never really felt good. Ooh, what the hell's going on? Oh, they're playing cricket over here. Well, I knew they were playing cricket, but there's a car or something there. I think there's a garbage truck. I like the pain in my muscles when I train. That's good. That's good. That pain will help you build discipline in other things in your life. It's all interconnected. It's building your discipline, it's building focus, it's building resilience, it's building resourcefulness, it's building tolerance, it's building all kinds of stuff. Is that truck coming this way? Yeah, it's coming this way. No. They even have a team and everything here. There's a team that has like a whole jersey and stuff here. Not bad. I respect the sport, but I never played it. It's not my type of sport, to be honest. If I'm gonna play a sport, it'll be basketball, it'll be soccer, it'll be hockey, it'll be tennis. Baseball and cricket, not so much. Baseball's kind of boring to me. Cricket feels very weird. Running back and forth between two sticks is kind of weird, in my opinion. Doesn't feel like a sport to me. It just feels like just running around. That's not insulting. I'm just saying, like, I don't feel like that's a sport in my opinion. But, you know, I know a lot of people play cricket. Just, you know. Well, this is currently Toronto, so that's Canada. I'm in a extended stay here until I go back home to San Diego, California. San Diego, California is my home, but I'm just here for a while. I'm here for a long while until I go back home to America. Morning. Yeah, this is Canada. Toronto, to be more exact. But yeah. So I'm gonna go hang on a bar shortly. I won't be doing any pull-ups. I did some pull-ups yesterday. I'm just gonna hang on the bar for however long until my fingers slip, and then we keep going. And then I'm gonna run backwards up my hill. So I'm actually gonna run upwards. Like, I'm gonna run backwards and go up on my hill. So, hence why I was saying it's important to actually walk backwards. It's actually healthier to walk backwards. But of course, what's healthy, people don't do, because they don't want to be perceived as some weirdo in the world. I don't care about what people think about me. I'll do all kinds of weird shit because, like, you know, at the end of my life, if I'm doing what I'm doing, like the habits that I formed, and someone is like gonna make fun of what I'm doing, then when the time comes, they're gonna be on their deathbed much faster than I am. Well, you know, if we're naturally gonna die, like in a natural way, I'm gonna outlast a lot of people. Just based on what I'm doing with my physicality, I'm gonna outlast a lot of people. Yeah, I do planks. I don't do it often, but I do planks here and there. Planks are good. The longest I can hold a plank currently, because I don't practice as much as I used to, is about 2 minutes and like 10 seconds. The longest I've ever held a plank for was about 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And then my body started vibrating and then I fell. We'll be doing jump rope today in the backyard. Jump rope is one of my favorite exercises. It builds practically everything, upper body strength and lower body, and I have a 1 pound jump rope. Morning. Yeah, planks are good. I just don't do it often enough. Could be something I should add back into my repertoire. I used to do planks in the nighttime. Like I would spend, so I'm gonna hang on this bar for a moment. I've hang for 162 seconds with my hand, but the bar sucks. Like it eats into my palms. I don't bring gloves, so because the texture on this bar is like it's like a diamond pattern, but it eats into my palms, and I value my fingers and my palms. And now, and about a month ago, I couldn't even do what I'm doing, where I'm touching the ground with my feet. So I've stretched myself out. And there's proof, because like I wasn't able to touch the ground. Now I can touch the ground, no problem. Not that I was aiming for touching the ground, but because I stretched out my spine enough. And I'm hanging on with my fingers, not my palms. So my thumbs are not even holding the bar. So my finger grip has gone up as well too. There, that's enough. I've been grateful to come and spend time hanging on that bar for a minute or so. Oops. There we go. My favorite type of exercise to do daily is definitely push-ups. Push-ups are a really good way of building not only energy but discipline. It shares, like, it has a lot of mechanics. Like doing a push-up has a lot of mechanics to it, like your arms, your shoulders, your core. Your core is your power center. It's not actually in your arms, it's actually your core. So that's why when you mentioned the plank, I'm like, you know, I should do some planks again. Should add the plank back to my one of my routines. Like holding a plank for 55 seconds a day. Doesn't have to be long, but I can just hold. Because core strength is where it all comes down to. Because if you're strong in your core, you're going to be strong everywhere else, because your core holds all the power. Your arms and your legs don't have the power. Your core gives the powers to your legs and your arms to lift the dumbbells. That's good. 15's good. It's a good start. When I first started, I was doing let me rephrase it. When I first restarted doing push-ups back in 2019, I couldn't even do 3, dude. So little by little, that number is going to increase. It'll keep going up little by little. Okay, phone battery's at 32%. So just now we're going to go up a hill, and you'll see me running backwards. Well, the camera's going to be pointing the same way, but you'll be seeing us going backwards. So really good for my legs. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, YouTube guy.
Hi.
Listen,
Hey, what's up?
I sweet up your day, so
Thank you.
tell him, the happy guy, give him a candy.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you, brother. He gave me a sweet. How awesome is that? You know what? I don't usually eat candy, but I'll take it. He sweetened up my day. I love it. You see what he called me? The YouTube guy, because he knows. He gave me an orange one. I don't eat candy. This is the first piece of candy I'm going to have in a very, very long time. That was nice of him to do that. Cool. I'll take it. Morning, sir. Have a great day. Form of abundance. Now I don't keep candy in my mouth for long. I start chewing on it. So definitely when we're running up, I'm chew on it. It's nice to have a piece of candy. I haven't ate candy in a long time, so it's different. That's cool. It reminds me of my childhood. Feeling the candy and the flavors. It's giving the sensations to my neurons. My taste buds are sending the signal to my brain. Say, hey, this is candy. I won't purposely go buy candy ever. I don't like. I still once in a while eat I eat cookies. I eat chips sometimes, but like morning. I don't really. What's the word? I won't go purposely to the store to buy those kinds of things. So when I'm back at my home, you will never see me eating that kind of stuff, like cookies and chips and stuff. Nothing's wrong with that. It's just, balance. But I wouldn't go out to the store to buy that stuff. Okay, time for me to eat the candy now. Technically, it's the first thing in my system, but that's okay. My body purges things very quickly. It's very, very hot right now. That was delicious. That was nice of him to give me a candy. He called me YouTube guy. I like that. Because I'm very recognizable on this trail. Okay, now I drink water. I always drink water. Cool. I would have saved that candy for later, but intuition's like, no, go ahead and enjoy it. It's not every day you eat candy. It's not every day that you'd put something like that in your body first thing in the morning. So I'm like, okay. Follow your intuition always. Okay, we're coming up to the hill. So we'll be running backwards shortly. Hey, what's up, bro? Ooh, that sounds like a very good concoction. Cayenne pepper, lime, and Celtic Celtic salt. Do you say Celtic or you say Celtic? I know it goes both ways, but is it Celtic or is it Celtic for you? Ooh, 111 on the live stream timer, nice. Celtic. It's funny because you know, I was talking about this 2 days ago with the game of uncertainty. I was telling him how, you know, we can say the same word, but we can have two different meanings for the same word, or we can even say the same word and has two different pronunciations. Like the word live and live, L-I-V-E. It comes down to the context of how you use that word. Live, live. All right, we're going backwards. 3, 2, 1, go. I'll read the question in a moment once I finish. This is good for your legs, especially when you're going uphill. Try it sometime. Run backwards up a hill. You'll see the effects of your legs. Perfect. Whew. Now my legs they're feeling real nice. Take a moment. Like doing that feels like I ran a good marathon. All right, let's see. What we got? Tell me the advantage of drinking water? Or actually, no, he's probably wondering your concoction. Yeah, reset stomachs and help the gut overall. Yeah. There's another thing that can help the gut too. Apple cider vinegar. But you got to be mindful of that one. You can't really whisk it around in your teeth because it destroys the enamel. And do it on an empty stomach and mix it with water. For me, I used to do apple cider vinegar with natural honey and a little bit of lemon. Tastes good, but it's one of those things like you have to like down it like quickly kind of thing. Watch as it clears out all the gunk in your intestines. Yeah. I don't do it anymore because I'm like, but because I have a bottle still, and it's still good until I think 2026. But still, like apple cider vinegar, like I used to do it once in the morning, and my thing before I go to bed, like purge. It really does clean. It does really help with your gut and your intestines. But again, you know, you got to be careful with that stuff, and you also can't brush your teeth right away either after you've down it. So I used to, first thing in the morning before even brushing teeth, take that and wait 30 minutes. Or you have to wait at least 30 minutes after you brush your teeth and then have it. Because, you know, enamel and stuff. My teeth are important. I value my teeth. So, yeah. Apple cider vinegar is good. It's just it's one of those It's one of those things like, yeah, ACV. Yep. Minerals are key indeed. Because a lot of people, again, I was telling Sunil that like this, too many people are chasing the external, but they're not doing the internal. Because when you feel good on the inside, you will radiate that outwards. But when you feel like shit, do you think you're going to operate greatly? No, you're going to operate from shit, essentially. Your state of being, your frequency is what's going to determine your words, your actions, your thoughts. How are you, brother? Good. Another hot one. Oh, yeah. It's okay. We're going to have a little bit of cool down next week. Have a great day. Thank you. Sounds good. Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, then there's organic apple cider vinegar, and then there's the not so organic apple cider vinegar, and then, of course, then is it really organic or is it fake, right? Because, or when we say fake, is it additives, or is like, that's why like I'm very mindful if I'm gonna have that, I'm gonna just put the natural stuff in my body. Maybe there's a reason why I'm bringing up apple cider vinegar. Maybe there's a reason why you brought up this whole cayenne pepper thing for me to drink apple cider vinegar. Maybe I should do some apple cider vinegar habit again. Ugh, just thinking about that, just it's not crazy. Yeah. Apple cider vinegar though is really good though. It's good for the body, but still, it's a rough one to down. Like, it's great that it exists, and I did it for a whole year straight in 2023. After hearing the effects of it, I'm like, apple cider vinegar, huh? Interesting. But in 2024, I stopped. I'm like, ugh. I probably drank it like once or twice in 2024. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I require it. My body has evolved. If I can look at the sun with no problem, then I think my body has evolved. Because there's a lot of things that I don't have to do that other humans have to do because their body hasn't been evolved yet. When you can look at the sun without having to wear glasses, because sunglasses is a lie. It's only a lie to those who have evolved with their body. But it's not a lie for those who are, well, it is still technically a lie. The Sunglass Corporation needs to be shut down, in my opinion, because they've been telling you that the sun is dangerous and all this shit. And yes, to some degree, for those who have sun allergies, yeah, the sun is not going to be good for you, but you chose your path for that reason. Others, when they say you should, I'm not going to go tell anybody to go look at the sun right this moment. Like, I'm looking at it right now while I'm walking. I can see it clear as day. Some will say, you shouldn't look at the sun. Yeah, well, I'm a 15th dimensional being. I transcend most humans on this planet for a very good reason. I can do that. I have that power. Most are still like 3rd or 4th dimensional because they haven't leveled up. But the sunglass companies are blocking you from your actual energy. This is an illusion anyways. Some will say, well, what about sun cancer? Well, it also comes down to what you chose for your body. Not everybody's bodies are going to be able to handle certain things. Like, for example, there's a lot of people who are allergic to nuts. There's a lot of people allergic to dairy. You chose your dietary thing before you came to have growth in other aspects. I chose the path of being able to look at the sun and evolve my physical vessel. Oh, they're doing the roof now. Interesting. I gotta be careful here. Just gotta be mindful. Yep. Thank you. That brick came falling down. That reminded me of the time of Home Alone where like Kevin's like sending a brick down in Home Alone 2. And then actually no, it was Marv who was like saying, "Suck brick, kid," and he would dodge the brick every time. Suck brick, kid. Yeah. Anyways, the sun is meant for you to look at, but again, I'm not going to go tell you to go look at the sun, because if you have not looked at the sun, don't be looking at the sun right now. GTA? Yeah, it's got a little bit of that vibe. It's got a little bit of that vibe going on. Morning, brother. How's brother? Good to see you. I will. One of our brothers, he's just chilling in his spot. He didn't see me because he was on the phone, and then I raised my hand. I'm like, "Hey, brother," and then he was in the middle of his conversation, so I walked away, and then he's like, "Hi, brother." We're gonna be crossing over shortly, and we'll be right back inside, and then we're gonna be outside. I'm gonna park you all down on the table, sit, grab my meal, eat, chill, and then we'll be doing our jump rope. Today's the 3,000 jump rope day. I just gotta get my heel to kind of not be in pain. It's okay. I'll be all right. I've worked out with lots of pain in my body one time, because I'm like, I'm not gonna let some pain stop me from doing my exercises, my playouts. No way. The only time that I couldn't do my playout was when I was physically in the hospital fighting for my life, and when I had the spider bites, because I had that stupid portable IV machine attached to my right arm, and I had no choice but to, I could only do things that, I still did my exercise. I just couldn't do anything with dumbbells. So for 3 weeks, I couldn't do any of that, because the needle was in my arm for 3 weeks. It's fucking annoying. Sleeping with that shit in my body was so annoying. Like, you couldn't even roll over, you couldn't do anything, I couldn't even shower properly. That time was just absolutely annoying. But that time was to teach me to mirror back to me, hey, be grateful. Ooh, new car? Nice, I like it. I like modern cars, but I also really like the classics now. Something about me in the classic, like looking at them classic, like Supras and RX-7s and Skylines and stuff like that. I don't know, something about them cars. And my brother has Has a 2005 Acura TLX. I like it. It's good shape. Okay, we're almost back. I did 40,000 steps. Yeah, Supra MK4 is my favorite car. Well, Supras are in general are my cars. I'm going to be synonymous with Supras. So whenever you hear that word, it'll be tied to me. It won't be tied to Brian from Fast and Furious, it'll be tied to me. I'm going to redefine the Supra because I'm going to be the most famous person in the world with the Supra. They'll ask me the question, like, what's the car that you drive? Oh, it's a Supra. And people will be like, why don't you just get like a Skyline or a GTR? Because I can mod it to be faster than a GTR. Duh. Yeah, I love the Supra. I'm gonna have one. Not going to. I have one in my inner world. I just have to bring it out in my outer world experience. It's not quite here yet. Eventually, though, I'm gonna have the Fast and Furious 1 Supra. I'll be driving around in San Diego with that car. Holy mackerel! It is hot now. The sun ooh, yeah. The sun just came and kicked my butt. We're back. That's my brother's car, this white one here. This was my car. I sold it to my sister, the red one. I bought it brand new. I fully paid it off. 0 kilometers. When I bought it off the truck, it was nice. I call her Kitty. My Supra will be Kitty 5 though. Because it'll be the fifth. Actually, it'll be Kitty 9. My bad, not Kitty 5, Kitty 9. Because I've driven over 10 cars now. Or over 9 cars. Yeah. The Supras are my car. I gotta go get the charger. Have to bring out my stuff. Cool beans. So we're gonna bring out that and this and this and this and this and this and that. I'll bring out my tablet. Bring this out, the selfie stick. And we're gonna chill for a while. Man, it was so awesome yesterday doing 40,000 steps. And proof that I have 40,000 steps, I'll show you right now. That's how much steps I did yesterday. That was yesterday. I smashed through my own record. I broke my own limit. You see that? I'm a Super Saiyan. That's what we Super Saiyans do. So the next one will be 50,000 at some point. That's not going to be anytime soon, but 50,000. It's pretty badass if I do say so myself. Of course, there's people who have done more than just 40,000 in a day. However, it's my record. I don't care about other people. I care about my own record. Other people are irrelevant to me in their pursuit. The most important person in your life should be yourself. You shouldn't be focusing on anybody else but yourself. So I'm going to put this on the selfie stick now. Put you all back on Wi-Fi. Bring this down a bit. I should really put back my phone case, but I'm liking the phone without the phone case. It's been nice. Put this cooler on. So the fact that I have a phone cooler, it's crazy. just to keep my iPhone cool. But here we are, because I require it. And how that came to be was simple. There, we can turn that off. I already showed my steps. That's good. Yeah, we should definitely always challenge ourselves. Always challenge yourself, but don't hurt yourself. There's challenging yourself, and then there's hurting yourself. The difference is like you depending on the limit that you're at, like you push it a little bit further. Like for me, I had already done 32,000 steps. That was the most I had done. So I could do 8,000 more. So that's like that was easy enough to do. 8,000 steps is nothing, right? But like if I were to go from like 32,000 to 100,000, yeah, that's killing myself. I'm not doing that. So like it's all about knowing your limits and knowing how far you can push. This is where being mindful and conscious about your where you are on your journey. And that doesn't mean just fitness. That means anything in life. It could be mindset, it can be health, it can be your emotional state of being. It can be a lot of things. I'm just changing my clothes right now, and I'm going to go upstairs and get breakfast or first meal. I'll play some music in the meantime while you all wait for me until I come back and get my meal. Let's go. Give my socks time to air out. I'm going shirtless in a moment. My stomach like grrr. Easy stomach. You can go hours upon hours without food. Fasting is important, but it comes down to like why you're fasting. That candy that we had broke my fast, but at the same time, it doesn't affect me. What you tell yourself, that's what you're going to experience and what you're going to get. So like if you tell yourself that I can do this, then you'll be able to do this. But if you tell yourself I can't do something, then guess what? That's what you're going to get. You won't be able to do it. That's the reason why it's important to, challenge. The hell is that? It's like I got two look, I'm probably turning into Spider-Man. I got bite on my ankle. All good. Yeah. I'm sure I have, but I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if I had biryani or if I didn't have biryani. I'm sure I have. The thing about food too, it's all placebo. Because if you tell yourself I'm eating this muffin, and you tell yourself the muffin has 28 grams of protein, but it doesn't. Let me just give you something. If you say that something has protein, and your mind truly believes that it has protein, you will create the protein. Because everything in this world is just waveforms and particles. And it's just configured. And because we're so powerful beings, we can tell ourselves that muffin I'm about to eat has protein, and I'm not getting, and the body will believe it, and it will take on the energy of what protein is. If I say this chicken is full of fat, even though it's not, but let's just say the chicken is full of fat and really nasty protons and neutrons and electrons and waveforms and particles, then guess what happens? The body is not going to like that. This is why I say what you tell yourself inwards, you will experience it in the outward. And that's why you can give somebody a sugar pill and you can tell them this is the pill that's going to change your life. It's going to help. It's like the red pill, blue pill from the Matrix. If they take the red pill, it'll change their life. If they take the blue pill, it'll keep them where they are. And you can tell them like this pill is going to bring you more vitality. And if you really sell it and they buy into it, the body will create everything within, because that's how powerful we are. But because a lot of people are playing the human, they don't see themselves as that powerful. That's the issue. And that's why I will not entertain human perspectives, because most people like to throw their little human doubts and humanistic perspective. They'll say, but that's science. Is it though? Science is not always accurate. In fact, science is 50% right half the time. So, back to that. Chicken biryani, I'm sure I've had it. I mean, I'm not a big Indian food type of dude, in my opinion. That's not my jam. I mean, we cook the Guyanese version of Indian food, but it's not my thing. Yeah, we don't call this biryani. We call this fried rice. Like I'm looking at it, and it's basically chicken fried rice. It's just with different. It's just different rice. So yeah, the answer is yes, but we don't call it biryani. We call it fried rice because that's what that looks like. It looks like chicken fried rice. But I've had this. It's different, obviously, from fried rice because there's other things, but it looks like fried rice. Yeah. On this day, I see you clearly. Do 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 do. Better days. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why do people even entertain things like that? It's weird. There's a person who just asked a really fearful question. If I get a Supra, should I worry about crashes? Will the car be okay if it gets in a crash? Why are you even entertaining an idea like that? A lot of humans just don't take the time to think about what they're thinking. Don't project fear out already before you get your car. Because he's like, I'm looking to get a Supra. Should I be worried about getting hit by a car or a truck? Come on, hello. Don't even put that idea out there. Because if you put that idea out there, you will get that back in return. It's like when you love something, it will give you that love in return. But if you focus on like hating, you're gonna get that in return. Exactly.
It's all about letting go of the conflicting energies and getting into harmony. Hence why the answer is in that synergy of Trinity. You, now, joy, and God. That's all you have to worry about. And sorry, let me phrase that. That's all you have to focus on, not worry, because worry is praying for something you do not desire. Worry, doubt, and fear, get into that synergy of Trinity. Thank you. I did do good on my shoulders. That's the first thing most people notice about my body is the shoulders. I never really paid attention to it, to be honest, but thank you. Yeah, it's all about finding all the resistance in your life and undoing the opposite. Yeah, exactly. We are the creator. So, like for example, I'll give you a great example. Right now, I can summon all the protein in the world into my body. If I say, creator of all that is, I declare that I have a lot more protein in my body. It can literally come as an energy beam into my body. We have that kind of power. But you know what's going to block you? Third dimensional thinking mind. Because you're going to be, that's not true, I have to eat food. What do you think food is? It's energy. It's just protons, neutrons, electrons that you're just consuming. It's the same thing as like air. You can literally take the air and convert it into anything you desire. It's basically alchemy 101. And yes, staying positive is important, for sure. Yeah, he was a glitch, indeed. Just like you are, just like I am, we're a glitch in the system. Anyone who's on this channel is technically a glitch in the system. Or glitches. I'm a glitch. And I love being the glitch. If I could find an even more powerful word than the word glitch, that's who I am. I'm a 15th dimensional being, for the love of God, that has been thrusted back into a third dimensional body. I'm an alien with extraordinary talent. Yeah, it's being neutral. Love implies, love also implies, like, because you brought that up, love also implies that there's hate. It's a paradox. Everything's a paradox. Once you recognize everything's a paradox, you can overcome your paradoxes. It's basically what you said just now about looking at the resistance and the conflicting energy. It's looking at the paradoxes of life and seeing which paradox you choose to entertain. That's really what it comes down to. You can look at the paradox of realistic or the paradox of delusional. Choose which one you want to be in. You can look at the paradox of life and death. You can pick your poison there. That laptop it's old. MSI, I mean, it's just a Windows laptop. Any laptop can be good for coding. It just comes down to the performance, specs. It just comes down to specs. That laptop is 11 years old. It can code, but I wouldn't use it for coding. All pain is resistance to the natural self. Exactly. And the thing is about pain, it's meant for us to see the pain. I heard this in the near-death story last night when his name was Jerome. He had died. He had he literally had died, and he came back. And Jerome basically said, when we're going through physical pain, to just accept the pain, feel it. Just like he was still conscious when he was on the operating table before he went kaput. He was in pain. He breathed. And in that moment of breathing, you know that space in between of when you're breathing and then you're letting it out, he's focusing on that space there, even though he had pain in his body, and he acknowledged the pain, and ultimately he sat with the pain while they were doing whatever they were doing. He got whatever went there for. He came back, and the pain disappeared. He never had the pain again. Like right now, I acknowledge the pain in my heel because of yesterday's walking. I'm just feeling, but I'm breathing into it. Like I'm giving it love and attention, because I'm not going to jump rope right this moment. I'm going to give my body a moment to just recharge. And sitting with that little bit of discomfort, but it's quite something, because your mind is what's creating all this stuff. Let me see what you said. Yeah, I also choose to be delusional in this illusion as well. Same thing, bro. Sounds good. I'll see you later, dude. Good to see you and good to meet you. Enjoy your time at the gym. Have a magical day. If you tell yourself you're going to have a magical day, then you're going to expect magic. I was saying this earlier. And Olga was on when I was saying this, but I'm going to share it again. Too many people come into other people's lives and they throw doubt and they throw their little shade at you. I had a comment. Basically, I was talking about relationships yesterday in an Instagram conversation with someone, and I knew it was gonna get misperceived by her energy, and I was like, yep, I knew this was gonna happen, and I'm grateful that it happened, because it just showed me that there's no alignment. There truly isn't an alignment. And the thing about all that is, people will doubt you. They will doubt you. But guess what? Take that doubt and twist it around. Because when they're doubting and you start doubting yourself, that means it's a good sign that you're on the precipice of evolving and transcending. So doubt your doubts and doubt the doubters. Because the thing about people is that they don't take the time to actually go inwards. They're too damn distracted. They're too damn distracted about things. And I was going to handle this thing with this person, but I'm like, I'm not even going to bother. It's a waste of my time. Literally. He threw a man tantrum. This dude didn't get a meet and greet, and he's making it everyone's problem. Yeah. Thanks to their new heights, fell in love. Yeah. So happy for those two. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my meal. I'll put on some music. Let's put on some music. Let's put on that music. Oh, I have to read something. So yesterday, Regina helped me with astrocartography about why there's a line going through California, and it's actually called the Lilith line. So shadow self, hidden desires, repressed emotions, and taboo aspects of personality, wildness and rebellion. The untamed spirit, defiance against social norms or societal norms, and the refusal to conform. Hell yeah. Independence, empowerment, embracing autonomy, reclaiming personal power, and asserting individuality. In astrocartography, lines are drawn on a world map representing the geographical location where these Lilith energies are strongest based on your birth chart. No wonder I was tied to California. Lilith lines can highlight places where you might experience intense emotion, confront your shadow self, and feel strong pulls toward asserting your independence and rebelling against societal expectations. Traveling to locations along your Lilith line can amplify these themes, potentially leading to encounters with taboos, intense relationships, or opportunities for personal empowerment and self-discovery. The specific interpretation of Lilith lines will determine on the zodiac signs and house it occupies in your birth chart, along with the aspects to other planets. For instance, Lilith in Aries might indicate a strong drive for success and a refusal to be dominated in the areas associated with that sign, while Lilith in Scorpio might point towards a requirement to reclaim sexual power and explore emotional depth. Yeah, there's something called astrocartography, where it shows where it's weird, but it shows lines on the world map to see where you would be strongest, where you're strongly aligned to. There so happened to be a line traveling through California. I can show you what my map looks like quickly, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. It's easier with a visual. So I'll show you what these lines. It's going to be one confusing thing, but I'm going to show it to you. Actually, not that picture. Let's use this one. This one has a better. There we go. So this is astrocartography, and there's a bunch of lines going across the world. Certain lines are for certain things. That black line is called the Lilith line, and as you can see, it's kind of in California. Now, it's in and around that area, but I mean, it counts where San Diego is because it's still in California. Nothing in Phoenix, nothing in Toronto, as you can see where I am, like there's nothing. It's closely associated to the area surrounding. It doesn't have to be on the line, but it has to be around that line, like near it. So that line, the thing I just read, is called the Lilith line. This is in. I don't really entertain too much astrology, but this makes sense why I'm so drawn to here. Your chart will be different based on your time of birth and where you're born. So it'll look different. And basically, to keep it simple, wherever the lines are and where they intersect on these like grids, that's where you're more potent to have like great expansion. Like not there obviously, because that's in the water, but like I'll have more expansion like in these places. I don't even know where. Like I have a lot of strength in Ireland. No wonder why it's so close. Like there are two lines that are super close in Ireland. North Carolina. I mean, I have something close to North Carolina. That blue one. It's funny how New York is there, and I always have expansion in New York, but I don't like being in New York. It's annoying. I don't like the energy of New York. It's like Toronto, just more amplified. Of course, there's in Texas, like where Regina is, which is fascinating. I would never live in Texas personally. I'd visit there because of, everything's bigger in Texas, but I wouldn't live there. There's no, except for the Gulf of whatever the hell that is. Like I want ocean. I want Pacific Ocean. I desire mountains. And if I remember correctly, Texas is flat. Of course, these lines all have different representations. Like the green one might be, like Regina gave me she gave me the legend yesterday. But then of course you have to go determine what is what. So like that black line has this symbol, Lilith, which is Scorpio. I also have that line
it also is Aries. There's Aries and Scorpio on this line. Like, I would do well. I would actually do well in the ocean, which is hilarious. And it does travel. It's not in like Ireland there, but it definitely still travels through. So this is where I would confront my shadow selves and have great, yeah, astrocartography. Cart with a, it's all one word. Astrocartography. So CARTOLOGY. Or, my bad. I didn't spell that right. Astrocartography. I spelt it out for Regina, actually. I asked her a question. Do you know anything about astrocartography? Actually, I spoke it out. You're Taurus? Yeah, so you would make your, you can go to you can just Google astrocartography free chart, and then it'll punch out a chart for you, and it'll get stuff. See. No, I'm no expert, bro. So I'll do your chart quickly, but I'm no expert. When are you, like, I know that's your date of birth, but what was the time of birth, and where exactly were you born, if you want me to do this? I don't really, yeah, that's how you spell cartography. Yeah, let me move that back for a moment. Yeah, that's how you spell astrocartography. I was spelling it wrong. I was like, what the fuck am I saying? Oops. In the meantime, sounds good. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my meal. Let me put on some music in the meantime. I'll put on some piano music. I'm back. All right, let me see what's going on with your thing. Let's see, sir, what's the difference between your line and my line? Let's have a look. You were born on the 21st, just like one of my other brothers. I just realized that. And you were born in the morning. Let me see what your chart's going to look like, sir. Detroit, Michigan. Create astral map. Oh yeah, yours is vastly different from mine. Look, dude, I don't know if you're still there, but like, if you are still here, this is your map. Yours is a whole vastly different from mine. Like your points of intersections are like you would actually thrive in like Tokyo, Japan and stuff. I mean, again, like this is just based on the planets, but like you know, when you're the creator, you can be anywhere. This is just again one of those things. Hey, get off my stuff. It's one of those things. Like you can entertain it as real or true. For me, I'm gonna say all my lines intersect just in San Diego. Period. Because I love there. I love there too damn much. English muffin. But it's nice to see a visual. But as a creator, the creator who we all are, you go beyond that. Because as a creator, you are the one who can create anything from anywhere and be anywhere and have the same experience anywhere. I can do that in Toronto. I just choose not to because Toronto's not my place. Baba, stop flying here. Toronto isn't home. They never felt like home. Hey, Bumblebee, get going. So I have your chart. I has your chart, sir. I has your chart, sir. Let me see if Jess a message yet. She hasn't. Let's see. I don't know if you're back. If you're back, I have your chart. Again, perspective. I don't know if it's you, JP, but perspective. You can take these lines and also because
when you're the creator, you can do whatever you want, wherever you want, however you want to, and have that same experience anywhere if you feel aligned with it. So like, that's why astrology to me is like low tier now, because it's a tool. The only reason why I did it was just to have a visual of like, okay, this is where I could potentially go. But I know I can have all my expansion everywhere in San Diego. I mean, I had expansion here, and the lines don't even intersect here. So clearly, that just goes to show you that it's irrelevant. When you know you're the creator, nothing matters besides knowing that you're the creator. You can go beyond whatever, like your gene key, your human design, your life path number, your astrological signs. Like, I know people put too much emphasis on that, but who gives a shit? Because like really, the creator created those things. You go beyond that. The only reason why people follow that stuff is because they require guidance. If they don't know who they truly are, then they require guidance. But if they know who they truly are, they don't require guidance because they are the guidance. That's a bar. That's the only reason why humanity has followed like religion and all this. Hey, good to see you, Soji. I'm eating um, wow, English muffin. So I have egg and bacon in here. Good to see you. Love you, dude. I trust you're doing great. It's really good to see you. When you know you're the creator, and I don't mean God complex. I'm great, bro. I did 40,000 steps yesterday. I'm great. A little exhausted, but I'm great. Um, like the physical vessel's tired. I'm not tired though.